Hello and welcome to the September edition of Inside Rovers. This month the club has gone undefeated in League One with 4 wins and a draw. The fans have also played their part as well off the pitch. We've got special guests Mitchell Lund and coach Grant McCann coming up, but first let's get to the action where it all began this month against Peterborough United. So a point against the league leaders Peterborough, an impressive result for Donny. But turning our attention now to what's been happening off the pitch, the Rovers fans have been donating to a local community food bank, so let's find out more.
The DN7 Community Food Bank is a local group. We have 28 volunteers and we support people in need in this community.
Martin O'Hara contacted on the VSC site asking people to volunteer to help collect for the food banks. And there was a seminar up in Newcastle, at Newcastle football ground. And he asked somebody to come and accompany him to it. And I don't work Friday, so I went with him. I was inspired by the Everton and Glasgow Celtic and Liverpool fans, what they were doing, and of course the Newcastle ones. And so I just got involved. And because I got a bit of time to do it, I just committed myself to do it for the season with Martin. So we started just before Christmas with the FA Cup game against Scunthorpe. So we did it every game after that. And we found out that the DN7 were actually running out of food. And the guy just mentioned to it at one of the games and says to Martin together, we'll give it to DN7. And that's the reason why we're here now.
That's just massive. And we're so grateful to everybody that's contributed to support local people. It's bought a large amount of food, which I'm sure you've got some photographs of, and it will help us through the next few months without worrying about running out of immediate stock.
Just shy of £600, but this £600 will mean a huge amount to all the volunteers, unpaid volunteers who work here in Stainford for the communities in this area, but importantly it's going to make such a difference to the families and others who come here regularly, not just to get food but to get advice about how to deal with debt and sometimes just to have someone listen to them when times are tough.
Massive thank you, and we were very impressed to learn about the national group of people, football supporters who fund food banks throughout the nation. We didn't know about that, so that's lovely to find out.
Football and sport can do a huge amount to reach out to those fans to say, go and get yourself cholesterol checked, go and get make sure you're looking after yourself in a way that doctors and politicians can't. And this is just another way that our national game, but delivered here at a local level in Doncaster, can make a difference. So good on you, Doncaster.
Those food bank areas are set up at every home game, so if you've got any tinned food lying around, feel free to bring it along. But back to the football now, and for our second match of the month, we're at home against Luton Town. First win of September, and with it the 3 points. Now, on last month's show we spoke to club captain Andy Butler. He's nominated Mitchell Lund to have a chat with us on this show, and it's taken us a few weeks, but here he is. Mitchell Lund, thanks for joining us on Inside Rovers. First of all, how are you feeling?
I'm nervous for the singing.
Just the singing?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't sing.
You will sing.
I will.
You will, and it'll be great, it'll be fine.
Right.
We'll get into it though to just ease your nerves a little bit, right?
Right, yeah.
Okay, so first of all, how did you get into football?
I can't really remember, to be honest with you, but I think my dad, obviously, is a big football fan, and he took me down to the local team. I went there and started playing there.
That's it?
Yeah, didn't think I was going to play professionally. No,
Really?
I haven't played much, but yeah.
Oh. What's your footballing highlight so far in your career?
Scoring my first goal against Cambridge in Cup.
Was it a good goal?
It was tapping, but the goal's a goal in that every day, so...
Yeah, that's right. Who is your footballing idol?
Well, obviously I look at me and just think, I'm the idol. People look up to me, but if I had to pick one, it'd be probably Trippier at the moment, because obviously he's a good right back, so...
Yeah. Okay, now we're going to get into some general knowledge questions. So first of all, what is the capital of Spain?
Madrid.
What is 6 times 4?
24.
Can you name the 7 dwarfs? Any of them?
What's the name?
Name the 7 dwarfs. You know, Snow White?
Alphabet.
Inky? I don't know.
No. Think of
Name this one, please.
Grumpy. Okay.
Grumpy.
We can skip it if you want.
I
You've never
don't-
seen Snow
I've seen it,
White.
but I can tell you.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so we'll move on. Is a tomato a fruit or a vegetable?
That's a tricky one.
I know.
Is it a fruit?
Have you ever seen a UFO?
Yeah.
Can you tell me about that?
Well, I've already done an interview about it, but I've seen two.
Two?
Yeah. But the first one. So obviously me and my dad were in the van, coming back from my grandma's. And like the block of flats, and it was right in the middle of it. And I've gone to my dad, have you seen that UFO? And he said no. So obviously I've looked back to see if it was there, and it went.
Really?
Yeah.
And what was the other one?
That was just all right in the park and I saw it at the top. But,
Really?
Yeah.
In England?
Yeah.
Whereabouts?
And then grandma's.
Where's your grandma live?
Well, she's in the middle now, but Armley, a place called Armley.
Oh, okay. Do you have any tattoos?
Any more?
Tattoos?
Oh, mate.
What? Tattoos?
I didn't
This is
understand.
my accent.
Yeah, I've got 2 tattoos, yeah.
What are they like? What do they mean?
They don't mean anything. I'm not getting them out.
Are they in like
You get them out?
appropriate places?
Yeah.
Okay, do you want to show the camera?
I'm allowed to do this or not? So I've got a few, just ignore the button, I spilled hot water over it. So I've got a few tattoos.
So what's your go-to karaoke song?
I don't have one to be honest, I just usually nominate people like Alfie May.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, Alfie May, yeah, Alfie. So like usually if we do a karaoke bar, I'll just go Alfie May, you're up, and he'll say yes. So
Really?
usually he takes my first, yeah. It would be James Arthur if possible.
Do you think you can sing us a line? Because I don't know that song. I'm not even joking, I don't know it.
No, I bet you do.
I don't think, well, maybe. Can you give us like a line or something?
Can't believe I'm doing this. Right, I'll show you it then.
Can you sing it as well?
Got to sing.
Come on.
I've got to sing.
Everyone's going to have to do it
Do you
sometime.
want me to stand up and do something like that? This ain't good. So, I remember years ago, someone told me I should take caution when it comes to love. I did. And you were strong, I was not. My illusion, my mistake. I was careless, I forgot. I did. And now, all is done. There is nothing to say. You have gone so effortlessly. You have won, you can go and tell them all I know now. Shout it from the rooftops. Impossible! Impossible! It's like reading a poem. I can't see, I told you.
No, I actually know the song now.
Yeah, I thought you would.
It wasn't too bad. I'm glad you did it. How do you feel after that?
No, it's been embarrassed.
No, you shouldn't, honestly. Everyone's going to have to do it at some point. Okay, so here, we're getting to the end of it now. You were pleased to know.
I thought that what end of it.
No. Some quick fire questions. So, Love Island or Celebrity Big Brother?
Love Island. I think I'd do alright on that.
Really?
Yeah.
You think you'd take the money?
Well, yeah, I'll probably take it. Just play a game.
Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Harry Kane or Mo Salah?
More Salah.
Texting or talking?
Huh?
Texting or like having a proper conversation with someone?
Don't know. FaceTime.
FaceTime. Oh, okay, yep. And that's it, you're done.
No, it's
So now you get to nominate someone to go next. Who's it going to be?
Alpha Male.
Alfie, eh? Alright, Mitch, well, thank you very much for doing this. We really appreciate your time. And Alfie, we will see you next month. Alfie May will be seeing you very soon. But back to the football now. It was an away trip against Walsall, followed by a home clash with Yorkshire rivals Bradford. Doncaster managing to survive that late pressure from Bradford to hold on to the win. But now let's get the thoughts of the man in charge. He usually sits where I'm sitting now. Here's Grant McCann.
We had a tough start, obviously, with Peterborough, a team who were unbeaten, won every game. We were going there as the underdogs, but I thought, getting in the changing room afterwards, we were so disappointed just to draw the game with the chances that we had. But we dusted ourselves off after the game, and we focused on the next one. But it's been a good month, but there's so much more to come from the group as well. Yeah, it was a chance to give a few people minutes in the game. Unfortunately, we lost Mitchell Lund quite early on in the game. We lost Tommy Rowe to an injury quite early on in the game, playing out of position a little bit because we had a couple of injuries. Danny Andy was struggling a little bit. Danny Amos was injured, so we had to play Tommy Rowe there. But we got some minutes into the others who needed it. We were disappointed with the result, of course, but I thought, I hold my hands up. I thought Newcastle were excellent on the night. They moved the ball a lot quicker than we did and probably deserved the result. But we know we've got another 2 games in that to rectify that. Yeah, it was a really good performance that day, and that was, coming off the back of not the best performance against Luton the previous game, I think. And we went there, although we beat Luton, we went there with that we wanted to make sure our performance levels was better. We started the game brilliantly, but then we conceded. So we showed the character after that to come back and score 4 goals. We possibly could have had more on the day. So it was a really good team performance with 4 different goal scorers, I think. So we showed that day that we've got goals throughout the team. I think the Bradford game was probably the toughest game we've had all season, maybe apart from the Southend game at the start. I think just because of the nature of the game and the fact that people thought it was going to be a home win without the whistle being even blown. There's a few characters in there. I mean, I'm not in the change room too much really and at the training ground, but there's characters. I mean, Mitchell Lund's a character, and I know he's the one doing the next thing. I think the lads enjoy him and the way he handles himself. I think it's just because he's he's not the cleverest tool in the box, I think. But yeah, so he's a character. The boys are always laughing and joking with him. Malik Wilkes is another one who, he's always something going on with him around the training ground. And John, I would say John Marquis as well, really. He's always having little sly digs at people, and he riles a few people up in training. I know that, but I think it's just part of his nature, which is good. We gotta make sure we get better. That is what we gotta do. We gotta strive to be better. Yes, we're going along okay, but we want to make sure we keep improving and keep doing what we're doing in terms of our quality and trying to make that better. But there's certain parts of our game where we're a little bit short at the minute. I won't mention them because I don't want other teams to know. But yeah, there's certain parts where we need to improve, and we're working every day to do that.
Grant's message very clear. They need to improve if they want to keep their spot inside the top 6. With the month coming to an end, Doncaster travelled down to Plymouth, who are at the bottom of the table, but Donny were in for a stern test. striker John Mark was making his 100th appearance for the club and hitting 50 goals, which leads me on to reveal your goal of the month. Overall, it's been a great month for the Doncaster Rovers, going through the league undefeated and sitting third on the table heading into October. As always, it's been a pleasure having your company here on Inside Rovers, and to finish off the show, we've got local artist Kanan performing his single, Corner.
I got it locked down. Bet I'm gonna pop, if not I'm gonna tear your crop down. Young boy, coming out the city with a hot sound. Bet I be the one gone if I seen a cop round. Should've seen the whip the day I got it at the compound. Never been a waste man, brother, what you on about? Tell the P I'm en route, tryna cop a one coup. Remember I was flat broke, riding on my own. Sick like papoose, pagans wanna slap who? I was like, come again, they calling me Apu. You man got your ass out, looking like a baboon. Labels could not pin me, I'ma pop like a balloon. All the shit I sold a man, moving like Kalu. Standing in the alley with a bally and a tracksuit. Working in the studios and you're complaining about man flu. Look at what I've been through, still a man stands true.
When all your guys surround you, you will walk in the rain. When nobody's around you, you ain't talking the same. When nobody's around me, on the corner I stayed. I'ma tell my story and take over the game.
I was sitting on the corner, visions of a rover, did it from a baller. Nothing like Pogba, Didier Drogba, Kitty a scorer. Wish I was a little bit richer, but I'm not a bitcher, cannon he an author. I'ma tell my story, coming from the north where everyone's poorer. Bet they thought I would've flopped. Coming from the bottom, I had nothing in the pot. Ripping for them kiddies in them high-rise blocks. Mommy wishing on the pay rise, boy, it didn't drop. Swear it was a lot. Why'd you think they go and put the crack up in the sock? Growing up fast, he got the flizzy from the docks. 7 months later, doors up, he's locked. Posted on the block, looking for the kitties, gotta make the line pop. Looking for the chicken, cause we cannot be a cop. I was passing it, his rock, I didn't turn up to a mock. I was in the box, noodles in the kettle, I ain't using no wok. Tuna in a sock, I'm still dodging all the hawk. Should've played hockey, but I skated on the block.
All your guys surround you, you will walk in the rain. When nobody's around you, you ain't talking the same. When nobody's around me, on the corner I stayed. I'ma tell my story and take over the game.
I was sitting on the corner, visions of a rover, did it from a baller. Nothing like Pogba, Didier Drogba, Kitty a scorer. Wish I was a little bit richer, but I'm not a bitcher, cannon he an author. I'ma tell my story, coming from the north where everyone's poorer.
I got revolution on my hat, when I got my city on my back, like, ain't no pity, I'm really getting the bag. I can't take it, L and never get it back. I know, you know, we know that. We know I'm known to give back. You won't never feed your family like that. I was on the corner looking for a cat, like.
I was sitting on the corner, visions of a rover, did it from a baller. Nothing like Pogba, Didier Drogba, Kitty a scorer. Wish I was a little bit richer, but I'm not a bitcher, cannon he an author. I'ma tell my story, coming from the north where everyone's